Let's talk about home prices one more time on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show. We're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what you should actually be paying attention to out there in the world of mortgage and real estate news. And in Today in Mortgages, Rich, we're looking at what might happen to home prices as we see rates change. So I'm hoping you can give me a real clear, definitive answer to this, and you better not disappoint me, Rich.
Well, Michael, this article that we're going to reference, I'm sure you're going to put it up here. And it's kind of funny. You know, we talked in the green room, if you will, about this and that. It's an analyst saying, well, three things can happen if rates go down. Prices either continue to grow or they go down or they stay the same.
We'll talk about it a little bit more in depth. The article is here. What will happen to home prices as interest rates are cut? And so, Rich, when we talk about these rate cuts and what might happen to home prices, more than what is going to be the end result, let's just talk about some of the factors. And so let's come at it that way. Rich, what are some of the things that happen when rates come down? And why is there this uncertainty? Why can't you give me a clear answer, Rich?
I know. Well, I'm pretty certain what will happen when rates come down. And it's only because we know the demand. The demand is so high to be a homeowner. That's the American dream. That's where we want to go, especially these days. And and we just don't have the supply. So as rates come down, affordability opens up to more people. So now you have more people that want to buy a home now that the rates have kind of brought them into reach. And with limited inventory, that just drives pricing up, because if I have the ability to make a bid on a property that's 300,000 and I'm in a competitive environment, I may bid 305 or 310 for that property because now I can afford that. So with lower interest rates. So that's what drives the price up. Now, this article talked about prices going down because of, severe economic downturn. We're not likely to see that. Yeah, sure. We saw this morning, Michael, jobless claims are up. These things bounce around. But as Logan Motoshami, he's the Housing Wire analyst, always says, there's 162 million people working. To have a 5% unemployment rate, that means you still have 160 million people working with jobs that still either want to refinance their home or buy a new home or move up to a new home. So I just don't see it going down. I don't see prices going down. Maybe certain markets, but just not as a whole in this nation. I just don't see prices going down.
Yeah, it all comes back to that inventory problem. It's so interesting, Rich, that we have jobless claims going up while more jobs are added, it seems like, every month. And it's just really hard to reconcile those things. But like you said, there's a lot of things that we do really feel like are going to happen. And one of those things is this is going to lean toward the pieces of this article that talks about prices going up because of, like you said, inventory. Rich, what else is important here that we're not talking about?
Well, right now, where rates are it's a buyer's market. If you can negotiate, you can get sellers to contribute to your closing costs. There's not as much competition. So if you qualify to buy a home today, do it. Because if you do it today, even at the interest rates that they're at, we've always said this, you're just going to refinance it anyway when rates come down. May as well get into the home with an opportunity to start building equity earlier. Buying now as prices go up, you start to accumulate the equity. And waiting for interest rates to come down, then that's another situation. Now it becomes a seller's market. The sellers know that there's tons of competition, so they can decide what they want to sell, how they want to contribute, how they want to help a borrower. This is right now, Michael, a buying season. You just have more flexibility and more power.
That's a good word, Rich. Before we come back to the article, I just want to remind everyone out there that we are part of the best network in mortgages. If you enjoy insights like this and more, Click the grow link below, see how you can level up your production and your career here at the network with specific insights from Rich and other professionals here at the network. Hey, Rich, anything else about this article you want to say?
Again, I mentioned we still have 162 million people working. Not all of them want to be homeowners, but most do. So the benefits of buying is a fixed housing expense. The downside on the renting, you don't know. The feeling when I remember being a renter and being in a place I really love to be in, every 12 months I was worried, is this landlord going to renew my lease? Am I going to have to uproot everything? Am I going to have to pack everything up and go try to find another great home? Like that's anxiety ridden, and people don't necessarily like that. So being a homeowner, you get the pride of home ownership. You get to be in a great neighborhood. You get to fix your house up the way you want it. And you don't ever have to worry about that landlord coming and saying, you got to go because my sister wants to live here now.
Good word, Rich. Well, we'll leave it at that. I think they're kind of hedging some bets here on this article, presenting all three of those options. But it's good to know what could happen and to keep yourself informed. So, Rich, thanks for joining us today. Make us smart on this. Thanks everyone out there for watching, listening, wherever you are. We appreciate you, and we will see you next time on Today in Mortgages. Today in Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.